the 4-5 podcast, the pilot show. Your host, Corey Mixed It, producer extraordinaire, T Rasco, H-Town, till we drown.
Nah, but outside of myself, for real though, jamming that Gunner right now, man. That new project he just came out with. So giving that a listen. Won't give my opinion on it just yet. I want to give it its just due, but definitely jamming that right now.
Yeah, Gunna, I mean, people been giving me insight on maybe I should check it out. I'm not a huge Gunna fan, and no, it does not have anything to do with this whole dilemma and everything he went through. I just, even before that, I just haven't, really checked out a lot of his stuff besides stuff on the radio. Right now, though, clips is probably the main thing that I've been jamming right now. I used to jam that Lord willing on college campus doing my walks across campus. So, the birds don't sing, man. That's been like heavy. Though, just the whole instrumentation of that whole track. I just love it, man. So that's what I got jamming heavy on my playlist. Sometimes repeat on my playlist
Yeah.
as of right now, man. But getting into some stuff for H-Town, man. The Houston Texans. What the hell is going on right now, man, with the Houston Texans? We fall at home. Monday Night Football. The outing just wasn't there, man. What was your initial reaction on the Texans, man? Because I got some things that I want to say, but I just want to hear where your mindset is at right now with the Houston Texans and their performance yesterday. What's that all about?
Disappointing for sure. Definitely got a long season in front of them, so I don't want to count them out just yet. Even though someone
Sure.
had a statistic yesterday saying like only 11% of teams that started 0-2 actually make the playoffs. It's a good thing they play in the AFC South. Even though the division has gotten better, it's still not somewhere like it's not at a level to where they got to worry about having an 0-2 start. With that being said, the offense just looks like the same crap from last year, where it's just inconsistency. They had a better output in game two than they did in week one, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's still not at a level that you can be confident and have a confidence in them being able to be one of the top teams or the elite teams in the NFL this season. So defense plays strong. I mean, defense had another outing where they held a team to what was it, under 20 again. So
Yep.
oh, well, no, it wasn't because they were up 19-14. They scored a touchdown at the end. So, but I can't knock the defense for the effort that they provided outside of Toho at the end of that fourth and
Oh, yeah.
11. but but the offense, man, they got to pick it up.
Well, since we on the defense, I will say this. I'll pick up there. The defense, just flat out point blank, the defense for the Houston Texans is on the field too much. That's just the way I feel about it, man. Last night when I was watching it, I was like, okay, time of possession for the Houston Texans, guys. Fun fact, 20 minutes. Time of possession, 20 minutes. Against Tampa Bay's, well, I think they had like 38 minutes time of possession. So let's just so say if I am the defense, I get my stop or I get the stop that we needed. I know penalties kind of slapped us around yesterday, but let's just so say I get the stop that I need. I get the stop, my offense goes on the field, and it's boom, 1, 2, 3, boom. They coming right back, and we like, dang, we just, went hard for, 5 minutes, 4 minutes trying to get, stop that progression to Tampa Bay. And I just feel like, man, they just on the field too much and they kind of getting just burnt out, man. That's kind of what I was looking at yesterday. Now, fast forward a little bit. I want to talk about two plays, man. I want to see, because I know the reaction, I kind of, in a sense, was about to hit you yesterday, and I was like, I know T. Rasco, man, is probably like, man, what the hell? So we get into a situation. We are at the goal line. We at the goal line. They run a running play, obviously, something that the Texans just can't seem to do right now. And Nick Chubb gets stopped. And from there, they go out route, corner, and then they try to do like a QB roll that Stroud didn't wasn't even. It seemed like he wasn't even looking at it. He just, man, let me just get this play over with, threw it out the back of the end zone. What do you think they should have done different right there in that point in time to put some points on the board?
I'd love to see them give more effort with a run play. I mean, when you're at the 1 yard line, shit, CJ Stroud should have been able to quarterback sneak it in.
Yeah, sneak it.
But yeah. But when it got to fourth, as much as I like to see head coaches be aggressive on fourth downs, I think at that point in time they should have just kicked it. Our defense is good enough to be able to.
Yeah.
You should have confidence and trust in them that they'll get you the ball back. And so instead of going for it on fourth and goal, we should have just kicked that field goal. And continue to play to get hopefully for an opportunity to take the lead on the next possession. So for that, I wish they would have just ran the ball. Of course, give third down, you can try to pass or whatever. I don't really care what you choose, but on fourth down is where I feel like the mistake was made going forward as opposed to just kicking that field goal.
Yeah, and then it's funny that you mentioned the field goal because the 3 points came to bite them in the end. If you would have just went ahead, got the field goal over with, it may be a different, outcome of that game. You actually may come away with the W. And just going back to that whole sequence, man, I don't know, man. Me personally, I'm not saying we got to overwork Nick Chubb, but I feel like I feel like they didn't even really give it a chance, man. You can run, I felt like 3 or 4 times, run it with Chubb. You're at the 1 yard line, man. You mean to tell me Chubb ain't strong enough to at least get you to the promised land at the 1 yard line? Like, so that kind of shows me the whole situation of what the OC was thinking too. Like, to be honest, it's evident that we have O-line problems. And I think they see that too. And I don't even think they have faith in it at this point. They're like, man, maybe we in the middle of the field doing some type of stuff. We can probably try some things out. But I don't even think at this point, like just how the game flow was yesterday, I don't even think they have so much faith in it. I know they have a lot they have to clean up there. But my last thing, though, that I do want to kind of elaborate on, even though obviously we got the loss, I want to ask you this question. Because it seems, I've been talking to a lot of fans on TikTok after the reaction from yesterday. Why do you think there is that the Texans can't get the young guns involved? And when the young guns, I'm talking about the Noel and the Higgins. Like, you got 2 6'3", 6'4" guys over there that how come they can't scheme to feature the young guns a little bit more? They help out, offset some load, for looking for Nico Collins.
I'm not sure if it's it's a can't thing. It's just a want to. Do you want to? Are you trying to ease your rookies into plays and play calling for the season? Are you trying to get ensure that your Nico Collinses of the world get their touches first? I think it's more so just play calling. I don't think Higgins or Noel are doing anything to prevent them from having calls made their way. And then on top of that, unfortunately, being on the other side or being a spectator, I can't see the field the way I would love to. They may be open, and CJ just might not be hitting them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
true.
It just could be one of those things where he has tunnel vision on certain people. If I can't hit Nico, then where's Dalton Schultz at? Where Higgins may be coming across the middle wide open or hitting the post route where that's wide open. Who knows? But regardless, the O-line has to make sure they give CJ enough time to be able to see and scan the field, and then it's up to CJ to make the right read.
Yeah, CJ, man, I hate to say it, man, because after yesterday, man, he has, I'm going to say really the last 2 weeks, he's been catching a lot of heat. I'm talking about the fans. Man, like, if I show you guys some of these comments, the H-Town fan base is just not happy right now with CJ. I mean,
why, man?
Yeah,
it's not because one, he did so well his rookie season that he set the bar high for himself, but also two, Yeah, since his rookie season, he has not really done anything to show us that he can rise above his circumstances and win us a game. And that's what we're looking for right now. If you're an elite quarterback, you got to be able to rise above your circumstances. Everybody don't have all their weapons. Everybody don't have the perfect offensive line. Everybody don't have the perfect offensive coordinator calling the plays. But you got to find a way to rise above that shit and win a game. And right now he's just is struggling to do that. Every time we get out of, or every time he has a loss, there's a bunch of pundits or whatever that's giving excuses. Well, he doesn't have an offensive line. They got to give him time to make the throw. Everything has to work perfectly. Yeah, that's true. But also at the same time, there's also elite quarterbacks that don't need all of that. They don't need all of that. They're going to improvise. They're going to make a play and make something happen. And that's what we need CJ to do moving forward. You're not going to have all the ducks in a row for it to be perfect. But figure it out. Figure out a way to, at the end of the day, your team is the one with a W and not going back in the locker room sulking.
Yeah, they need to, for what I mean, you put it perfect there, but whatever they need to do, they need to do it quick, fast, in a hurry. He needs to get with the OC because I thought we was gonna have this whole situation of CJ being able to audible. I mean, at least that's what y'all sold me in the offseason, you know, what kind of got me fired up. You guys are gonna be playing off one another. He's gonna be able to audible, and we're gonna have all these different type of schemes going. So that's what was sold to me. So I'm trying to see that come to fruition. But man, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Texans. Well, I'm gonna say Texans fan base. Our Texans probably ain't listening to me at all. But we gotta get this stuff together quick, fast, in a hurry. We just do, because 0-2, we have started 0-2 before. We have started 0-2 before and still was able to go to the playoffs. But going into Jacksonville, a team where we're going to be playing a team where they actually are hungry for a win too, and they just came off of a loss where they lost to a second string QB, and they're going to be just as hungry for a win too, and it's a division game. Now, I don't want to see us go out there and have another bad outing to where we start 0-3, and people are still saying, well, we can still make the playoffs. Like, guys, making the playoffs shouldn't be the goal. I'd rather us not go to the playoffs. If we're not going no more than the AFC, if we need to be going to an AFC championship game. That's my expectations. I don't want to do the participation trophy thing to where, like, well, we had an okay season, it was bad, but at least we got to the playoffs, So we got to get this stuff, nipped in the bud and get this stuff on the right pace, man, to like I said, to keep moving quick, fast, in a hurry for playoffs, man. And speaking of playoffs, we got the Astros right now in a real tight battle for the playoffs. And we got the Rangers visiting the town. And Astros took care of business yesterday, at least for the most part. Now, obviously, they play again today. We're hoping to at least get the series win. But the bigger story in this one was Jordan going down again. He went down again, man. There's a lot of talks, a lot of reports coming out saying, oh, man, the third base coach was trying to hold him up. He ignored him, and he went anyway. And, trying to beat it out, he should have slid. And, Jordan is a big guy, man. He's a huge guy. So he's already been nicked up, injuries in the past. And, just seeing that replay, man, when I flipped to the channel and I seen the replay of what, his ankle, because I thought initially at first it was his knee. But when I seen his ankle roll like that, man, like I said, that's a big guy, man. With all his weight, I was like, yep, he's going to be out probably, sometime. Hopefully he be back in time if we do get a spot in the wild card of the playoffs. But for these next couple of series, outside of this Rangers, you got Angels, you got A's, you got Mariners. What do you think, Rasco, that we need to really solidify at least a playoff berth, whether it's a wild card? Do you think we need more sweeps or just series wins from here on?
They got to win each series. They got to win each series. I think they have 4 series left, including the one that they're in right now.
Yeah, the one.
So they got to win each series. They got a big one against the Mariners. They got another big one against the Rangers. So that'll give them space if they can win the series in both of those. And then don't underestimate the Athletics down at the end of the season as well. Because for whatever reason we've been seeming to struggle as a team against them. And I say we as a fan, of course, I'm not out there on the field, but nevertheless, they just have to win those series. If they go 2 out of 3 in the next four series or the last 4 series they have in the season, I'm confident they'll be in the playoffs. Winning the division is one thing. Just get in the playoffs right now. Anything can happen once you get there. Other teams can endure injuries. They can go on the slump. That's the beauty about baseball. You just got to get hot at the right time.
Yeah.
But as far as these last, 11, 12 games they have left in the season, went out, go 2 for 3 in these next series, in these last 4 series, and they should at least get in the playoffs.
Yeah. Getting hot at the right time is the key thing in baseball. And speaking of hot, our rookie, Zach Cole, he been out there doing his thing. For the time being, I know sometimes people can cool off and all this other type of stuff, but man, shout outs to Zach Cole. He has been putting on some monster games. And when Jordan went out yesterday, he came right up and said, well, I got it from here, coach. And he came in, he did his thing, on his debut game. So maybe he is the bright spot, the breath of fresh air that the Astros been needing, right? So out of all these games, man, I know you've been seeing a lot of this stuff is now starting to fall together. We got NBA season coming up. Go Rockets, of course, man. We H-Town. Of course, we're going to represent the Rockets. But now we starting to get a lot of these games that's going to be touching. We're going to have baseball. We got some college football. We got NFL. And then shortly, we're going to be having NBA too. Baseball will kind of be, fading into, the playoffs and stuff like that. But just from these first couple of weeks with all these sports touching together around the league, what was a matchup this past week that you liked, that you just had on your scope, that you watched and was like, man, that was the game for you this week?
I feel like I've been put on spot on that one. I should have prepped.
Oh, man. You ain't gotta prep.
The LSU game for sure. I was just curious to see how are they going to perform against against Florida. Huge LSU fan. It was nice to see them pick the quarterback off 5 times in that one and be able to get the W. So hopefully they continue to get stronger as a unit, as a whole unit, both offense and defense, and continue to win out so that they can make the college playoffs. As far as the NFL goes, I think my biggest, to be honest with you, my biggest focus was really just the Texans game. I wanted to see them get a W to start the season off, and so huge blows around the NFL. The quarterbacks, I believe J.J. McCartney got hurt, Jaden Daniels got hurt, Joe Burrow had a turf toe injury, so he's going to be out for at least 3 months. And so the landscape of the NFL is definitely going to shift based on how well you can perform and fill that void with your backup. But definitely looking forward to next week. Hopefully the Texans can finally get a W against the Jags, and we can get off this L streak that they got going right now.
Yeah, this past week I was a little bit invested in that Georgia Tennessee game. Georgia got that dub in Tennessee's backyard, and really, ironically, I don't even know how I really landed on this game because it's not like I'm a big avid watcher of both teams, but I was kind of intrigued by the Chiefs and the Eagles game. Really, I don't even know why. I just felt like maybe it's to be honest, I was scoping to see what the Chiefs really was look like because that is a team that put us out last year. So I was kind of like, let me see where this Chiefs,
look vulnerable. They look very vulnerable right now.
Okay, look, let me tell you something though. I thought they looked vulnerable last year.
True.
I thought they were vulnerable last year, and I was like, this is Texans' time right here. Because to be honest, I really don't even want to go down the road, but Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, I don't even know. Whatever with it. But the fact of the matter is, I felt like they looked vulnerable last year, and I was like, Texans team, the defense was built a little bit different. They were getting after it around that time. I was like, they should knock this Chiefs team off and see yourself in the AFC Championship game. And we can argue about a bunch of different things, the penalties, how we was kind of touching up, Pat Mahomes, and they was calling it and this and that and the third. So we can go through a list of things. But at the end of the day, we kind of had that same situation that we kind of having now with the offense. Like now Chiefs defense is pretty nice. I give them that. I like they front on D, the D line front, but I felt like we could have got them last year. And like to spin it back around to what you just said, I'm not gonna lie. Now maybe it's just that one game. I mean, because I think they are 0-2, if I'm not mistaken. They 0-2 as well.
Yeah, Chiefs. Yeah, they're on
Yeah,
too.
Chiefs 0-2 as well. So they looked pretty funky, man, in that game. And
Yeah,
Kelsey, don't know if it's more of a distraction right now at this point. Congrats to him. I guess he got engaged. Over right before the season started, and I feel like now it's more of a distraction because Kelsey used to have played bad games before, and then he kind of somewhere down the line turned it on and this and that. So now I feel like it's super highlighted because of the whole Taylor Swift situation. So that's a unique, I guess, situation in itself. But yeah, the Chiefs do look vulnerable. And hopefully if we got to see them down the line, hopefully it's a different result. If the Texans can even pull the head out of you know what, if they can get their head from there, I think that should shape up for them to be an honorable matchup, man. But since we still on football, what did your fantasy team look like, man? Because I ain't gonna lie, I got slapped this weekend.
fantasy team look great, man. They look
Really?
great.
Okay, hold on. Who you got? Who you got on your team?
Tucker Craft on the team. What's the
Okay.
rookie from Tampa Bay? I don't want to butcher his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The wideout from Ohio State.
Oh
I
yeah,
have him on there.
yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
got
exactly
Jaden
what you're talking
Daniels. Sucks that he got hurt, but he did help me win the
about. Oh,
game. So
he's helping me get a
yeah,
W.
he still did what he needed to do to give me a game. A lot of it came in the fourth quarter, but it still, appreciate you, brother. Who
Man,
else I got on that team, man?
before you start, I'm gonna tell.
Yeah,
Let me just name some stuff off to you real quick. I lost 160. Look, listen. I lost 167 to 97, bro. I just
on
had
your
a
team.
now look. Well, at least I thought I had a good team for the day, but I'm just gonna tell you who really sold it for me. Justin Jefferson, this is your second week, my brother.
Yeah.
Your second week. This is the second week. So he done sold me twice. I should have went ahead and made that sub from last week, but he done sold me twice.
I mean,
Thomas
when it
Jr.
come to Justin Jefferson, though, I would have stayed away from him just because JJ McCartney is a rookie. I mean, I know it's just his second year, but he hasn't played He hasn't played any games, especially any meaningful ones in the NFL or nothing yet. So it's gonna take a while for him to adjust. I know he had showed resilience in that first game they had coming back and beating the Bears, but I mean, this the NFL,
But look,
right? He
this
gonna have
okay.
some tough times coming through this rookie season. Everybody can't be CJ and Jay Daniels, and I just think
That's
uh,
true.
what you're accustomed to seeing for Justin Jefferson, you're not going to see it at least early in the season. You might see it down the road when JJ and the offensive coordinator there gets adjusted, but early in the season, nah. At least
Okay,
I
look.
don't think so. Yeah.
Let me tell you something though. Let me tell you something. So my whole way of thinking was, he had Sam Darnold the time before, right? Justin Jefferson is one of those wideouts where just throw it in his vicinity. If you can get
Yeah.
it over there to him, his catch radius is crazy. So my whole thought process of going into even picking him in the first place was I felt like JJ was, well, not Justin Jefferson, but JJ McCarthy was going to be one of those, oh, I need a prayer. Let me just throw it up to Justin Jefferson. He's down there somewhere type of situation. That's what I was initially thinking. Maybe he will bail him out in certain cases, but it just that has not been the case at all. And yeah, man, I kind of got sold by Justin Jefferson twice. I'm going to keep him in though, because you want to know why? The minute I take him out, he going to have a
Oh, you're gonna go
30-point
crazy.
game the next day. So I'm not even going to bother him. But I'm going to tell you another guy, Thomas Jr. Wide out he has been having a horrible start with Trevor Lawrence. They have not had.
Let's say this, but they might need to review that film again, man. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, some of them drop balls look like they were a little too.
yeah, I seen that too, and see that's what's kind of making me a little mad about the situation. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's like, man. What partner you got back at the crib? You trying to help out with a bet, bro? Because
Yeah. Hey man,
that ball hitting you in both
guys.
your hands and you dropping it.
Yeah,
Come on,
man.
man. What's going
Who
on, bro?
parlay you on? Whose parlay is
Exactly.
you on, man? But him, okay,
Who
look, I
Uncle owe
got
money
those.
over there, man?
Somebody,
For real.
because the way I was like, man, ain't no way he shouldn't have went off against the Bengals D, which is a horrible. I'm sorry, Cincinnati, but that defense is incredibly horrible. So I figured he would have a game on that. I'm gonna tell you another way where I messed up. Kyler Murray. Okay, so I took Bo Nix out. So look, I had Bo Nix as a starter, right? He did okay first week, but I was like, Kyler Murray, Panthers. You're playing the Panthers. I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way this man ain't going off against the Panthers. And guess what? He didn't do anything for me as far as he got me about 16 points. But other than that, man, those were probably the three biggest sales. McLaurin has not been doing anything for me since I had him in. He may be a guy I actually make. I actually like, man, you know what? Let me go to the bench with this one because he has not been doing it for me either, man. So that's my
Who
fantasy
Washington
wrap
play
up.
next week?
Let me see. I don't even know.
See who Washington play next week. You might not want to do that, man.
Yeah, I don't know who he's gonna play. I have to look it up.
They playing Las Vegas, so
Yeah. See, that's another one of those what if games. Like he may do
yeah.
some, may not. Raiders need a W. They just lost last night to the Chargers. There's a lot of stuff that could go on. So I don't know. I may stay away from that game, man. But yeah, Bo Nix got 26 yesterday. See, I should have just kept him in. That's my bad. If I would have kept him in, it still wouldn't have helped because the dude I played, man, he had luck on his side because he started Malik Neighbors. So he had Neighbors went completely off against the Cowboys. And I think he had Wan'Dale Robinson too. So he had both the guys in
game
that
on Sunday.
big highlight game. So it was like, okay, yeah, I feel like that was kind of more of a luck thing situation, man. But Bud Crawford, man, I got a chance to see him throw hands, appreciate you hosting the fight party over the weekend, man. I know we 2 days removed from the situation, but I understand Bud, he did his thing, got over on Canelo. But what I really want to know is, where do you put it? Is he up there now with the greats? Is he top of the greats?
For sure.
Do you put them up there? Okay.
For sure. 42-0, 3-time undisputed champion. What he put on display against Errol Spence as well as Canelo. I mean, I'm not sure how you don't have him up there with some of the biggest names to ever do it. You know what I mean? It's just, I think one thing that I appreciate about him is like he can fight any way that you need him to win a fight. Like that, I think that's pretty dope of him. The fact that he can be so multidimensional in the ring, where you got some fighters that are just, all I know is this, or all I know is what I know, and I'm gonna try to force my will upon you. Whereas for him, it's, this is how you want to box. All right, I got something for it, and I can go ahead and impose my will, but do it in a versatile fashion. So for him, man, have to tip my hat off to his performance over this weekend against Canelo, and also too, I don't want to downplay Canelo. Canelo also having this fight. A lot of people, especially these big names, they don't fight against other big names right now, especially if the purse or if the bag ain't there. The bag was there, and he still won, and he actually stepped up and fought. So kudos to Canelo. He's one of the greats in his own right. His legacy speaks for itself, and all this did right here is intensify, or not intensify, but enhance and elevate Bud's legacy, getting that victory over the weekend.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that too. I will give hats off to Canelo because like you said, most fighters in this position would be like, nah, like this ain't.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that fight. And they kind of duck it, And so Canelo just taking the fight head on, and man, I enjoyed that fight, man. But to your point, man, Bud, these last 2 fights I've seen him fight, man, especially leading up to the the one with Canelo, like you said, man, his fighting style. I mean, I know he somewhere down the line did have a strategy, man, but just his whole counters, the way how he was like, because a lot of people say, "Oh, well, man, it's easy, because he was running a lot." And I was like, man, we must have watched two completely different fights because
So I
there
ain't
was
see
times,
running.
yeah, I didn't see no. I mean, I don't know if you're mistaken running from bouncing around. He did a couple times where he might bounce around to one side and then he get back in his square, but I don't know what. Yeah, we must have watched two different fights because I don't know what they were referring to, but for about that whole situation. But man, Bud, he did his thing, man, against Canelo. So I feel like, man, it's only right he up there now. Like whether you like him or not, you want to discredit him. I mean, because there is a lot of cold hard, Colt Canelo, fans following. I had a bunch of guys on my timeline like, yeah, Canelo about to whoop Bud, and I was just like, and what indication? Like I know, because I know y'all have seen Bud fight. So, in what indication did you think that Bud was gonna go in there and just get whooped on by Canelo? Like I didn't even have that in my head, nor did I see that coming in the fight. I felt like it was gonna be like a blow for blow, maybe one get this, one get that. But I kind of had Bud by decision. That's how I went into the fight. But yeah, a lot of people they kind of discrediting him, Bud for whatever reason. I don't agree with that, but hats off to Bud, man. Hats off to Canelo too. That was good fighters. That was a good fight. That that we actually got together and saw, man. It is what it was, whatever the case may be. But this has been a great week so far, man. We had the Texans Mixed It podcast, man. We kind of just switched it up a little bit, man, because we've been trying to figure out a way that we want to bring just all good quality content, but still keep the H-Town flavor in it, man. So, Roscoe, before we wrap this thing up, looking forward to this week, man. What do you got? Matchups, an event, what you got going on this week that you're looking forward to?
This week, of course, Texans game against the Jags. Got to get a W there, man. Got to get a W. So looking forward to that. Outside of sports, just want to say happy birthday to my mom right now. Hers will be this
Okay.
week, and so definitely be kicking it with the fam this week. To celebrate my mom, and that's really it, man. You got keep your feet up, relax, decompress, and enjoy this life that God has given us.
I hear you on that, man. I'm kind of looking more so forward to some college football these early mornings. I have not really got a chance to sit down. Well, you know what? Scratch that. We can scratch the college football. It's more so the kickback morning that I'm kind of looking forward to. These last couple of ones, I have not been able to just sit down and be like, man, let me just start from, early morning to begin and listen to some jams, college football, watch some game day. I haven't really got a chance to do that. So really, I'm more so just looking forward to college game day, kicking back, having a nice morning, and maybe might do some stuff with my daughter in the afternoon. But yeah, man, all in all, this is a great pilot show from the 4-5 podcast. Corey Mixed It, producer extraordinaire, T. Rasco, man. We definitely will be getting with you guys, man. Go Texans, go Astros. We'll see the Astros tonight. Texans, man, by the time I see y'all next week, man, we need to get that W on the Jags, man. But until then, you guys be safe in these H-Town streets. We'll holler at you.